Welcome back, artists. Today we are going to start planning for our Clay Mitten. In your learning log, you're going to want to find your next empty page, and you're going to take the pattern and you're going to trace it. When you are tracing a pattern, it's important that your helper hand, the hand that doesn't hold the pencil, is busy holding the pattern so it doesn't move on you. And you don't have to use really hard pressure. You can just gently go around. I think it works out a little bit better if you go slowly. If you go too fast, you might miss some important details. So you're just going to trace it around, and you will have a mitten shape in your learning log. On your mitten, your goal is to come up with 3 different patterns. I would encourage you to consider using lines. And when you think about lines in art, we have 3 different types. We have straight lines, we have curved lines, and we have zigzag lines. The other thing you might want to consider would be using shapes. I would encourage you to think about geometric shapes like a square or a circle or a triangle. Or you can think about organic shapes, like a flower, or a leaf, or a raindrop. Think about where you want to put these shapes in your mitten. This part down here is where I want you to write your name. So I'm going to write Mrs. Yarnell. And then up here is where we're going to do the pattern. So I'm going to start with some lines. I'm going to maybe do a curved line at the top. I will put some circles. And then maybe I will draw a zigzag line. Notice how my lines go from edge to edge. I am not drawing short lines, I am going all the way across. And then maybe underneath this, I could draw some flowers. And again, with my shape patterns, I repeat it all the way across. So right now I have 1, 2 patterns. My lines are more of a design, but in order for it to create a pattern, it needs to repeat. So maybe down here, I will put a curved line. I will draw 1 curved line. And then maybe next to it, I will draw a second curved line. And maybe underneath it, I'll draw a straight line. And then I'm going to repeat this to make a pattern. So remember, the most important thing when you're thinking about patterns is that they have to repeat. So here I repeated some shapes, and here I repeated some lines. So now I have 1, 2, 3 patterns. I can be all done. The next step is to think about color. When you color, it's important that we work on 3-star coloring, which is staying in the lines, making all the white go away, and using the same pressure. When I color my patterns, I want to think about changing color every time I cross a line. So this green line that I am coloring is within 1 line. Now that I'm done with this line and I want to do the next line, I need to use a different color. If I use the same color, my pattern isn't going to show up. So now I've picked a different color, and I'm going in between this line. So I have the straight line, then I do the curved line, and I color in the space between. And now that I'm done with this, I need to switch again because here's another line. And I'm going to continue coloring this until the whole thing is colored.